Exactly 2 years and 5 months ago, Nicole and I purchased this piece of land with the dream of building our family home. It's been a long week, well heck, it's been a tough year, and we're still in the thick of it. And so today we're doing something different. We're going to do a raw, uncut, one-take wonder of a walkthrough of where we're at, a real life update, because we always get asked, have you guys finished the build? Have you moved in? We've still got so much work to go. Don't worry though, just like all good YouTube videos, we're still going to have a title card and background music. Cheers, Noah. So first up, one of the biggest decisions we made is to shape and pour our driveway early on. And shout out Firth for hooking us up. Right now we have 100 mils of fiber reinforced concrete that has helped us work all the way through winter. We've made it wide enough for all the boys to park their cars, and then our future boys will park their cars there too. We moved the shipping container from the yard. Don't worry, it's going to get buried and wrapped with this pile of manuka here that we've saved, and it'll just look like it's part of the scenery. Down here we've completed a 40-meter long, 3-meter high block wall. The amazing Katie Bailey has planted it all out, and it has created a large amount of space for us to get this epic garage kids bedroom level in. Let's go down and have a look. Before I forget, Will and Paul, hoodies are on the way, and last week's winner of this hoodie is Boyd Fletcher. My biggest procrastination is, oh look, something shiny. You got me. Watch to the end of this week's video to win this hoodie. One of our biggest goals was to create as many flat areas for our boys to hang out and enjoy their life. And this area here is 12 meters long, 6 meters wide, and think mini basketball court there, kick a soccer ball against the block wall, skating, scootering, probably burning down the driveway with an epic jump here. And believe me, creating flat spaces on a hillside is a lot of work. We've moved our little 30 square meter film studio, and that's its new permanent home. That's where I'll be making videos for the next 2.5 years. Coming down here, our friends from Canada, Shay, our architect friends from Canada, Shay and Renee, helped us come up with this funnel design. We're going to have huge big rock coat wall there, timber wrap here. Down through to this entranceway. Right now, you don't know how special this view is. How you doing, Noah?
Good.
What are you working on today?
Today I got ribbon plates, so cladding can have a straight line on the bottom.
Nice. This Noah's run a string line end to end, and it's going to make the bottom of our cladding in this critical area mint. Come on in. And this is where you realise it's something magic. Down here, looking across the valley, you can see the snow-capped Tararuas in the distance, and you get a sense of like the fact that we're sitting up on the hill. The foundation, we've gone for concrete. It's been hunkered into the land, and we've stepped it down 3 ways. On this exact spot here, I've got a photo from that's Nicole and I 2.5 years ago, after spending 4 weeks clearing the site. Shout out Corey for getting involved. That was a mammoth effort. Down here into the lounge, we've got Karen on the drop saw. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
What are you working on today?
Just cutting out weatherboards for that study window now.
Nice.
Getting onto that wall.
Yeah, what's the biggest thing you've learned about this timber cladding?
It's easy to dent.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah. But so how do you not dent it?
Be very careful.
Yeah.
Yep. Make jigs.
Nice glasses, by the way.
Yep. Natty, thank you.
Keep it up.
Sweet.
Nicole's vision is a huge big kitchen island bench here, and much to the internet's disgust, we are having a sink right here. But we're going to have beer fridge, wine fridge, and then 3 meters of bar. Nicole's dream is to stand here looking out at this amazing view, chatting to our 4 boys and their friends, or hopefully girlfriends, and just continue to feed them an amazing amount of treats and glean all the information about their lives. We're going to have a butler's pantry over there, and all the dumb stuff like air fryers and coffee machines is going to be hidden. Epic splashback up this wall, and then we're going to carry on out to this alfresco area. This is where Josh's kitchen is, barbecue bench along here. Covered roof, because I don't know if you know how the hut works, but it is usually gloomy, rainy and windy. And so this little alfresco area here is protected from the prevailing wind, covered, and we'll be able to have some radiator heaters on here, get that outside feel of the bush, and just chill. How are we doing so far? You following along? Have you subscribed as well? And if you haven't, go ahead and click to watch us finish the rest of this build. Check out this huge 6.6 meter window from Bradnam's. We went to the factory and got to make it. Such an epic experience. We're going to have a timber bench seat along here and a huge big dining table. For us, it's super important to have family meals at a dinner table. Fireplace here, TV here, epic huge big couch here if anyone wants to chuck one in, king living, hint hint. And we'll sit down here and you can look at the view there, I can look at the view there, or I can watch the TV there. Come through here. This room's going to be super special, hidden behind a door. Instead of having a home office, we've got a library. This wall here, floor to ceiling, will be covered in books. The joinery plan is there. And we've got an amazing couch from Nude sitting here to look out at the view. Think morning coffee, phone call, do some work on your laptop, or just relax. Out here, I'll just keep my laptop. Out here, this deck will be uncovered and unobstructed, and I'll show you a photo in a second. The idea is that on a beautiful, glorious day, this is where we'll enjoy that epic view. I built a lot of homes down there in the valley. I love this place. I grew up here. I plan to live here for as long as possible. We've got Raph out here finishing off this amazing JC amber cladding. Check out those nail lines. Hey Raph.
How we going?
Good man. What are you working on?
I'm just transferring all of our nail lines over into the other corner.
Yeah.
So we can have nice straight level nail lines the whole way along.
That's the level of thinking these boys are putting into it. The lines on this wall are going along this wall and then along that wall. Love that attention to detail. And we've fully finished our first wall of cladding, and it looks so good. I'll show you quickly what the outside of the building's going to look like. Can you see that there? That's what we're building. How crazy. Don't chop up my iPad. Come up here. So we're now on the master wing. Air compressor and drop saw noises for that background ASMR. We've got a guest loo here, and this cupboard here, the Frankie Studios is helping us with our interior. Annie, you're amazing. Keep up the good work. Keep killing the ideas. In here, how dare they hammer a wall while we're trying to make a one-cut video. In here is going to be like school bags and little nook for shoes and like jackets and all that stuff that the kids use on and off every day, but you want to hide away. And then this point here, we're going to have a giant cavity slider, and this line here is where you step from the guest or visitor side of the house to the private side. Come and have a look. Got a hot water cupboard here, and I'm sure overflow wardrobe storage for Nicole, and into our master. Right now the boys are using the master as their smoko room because I believe in splitting up where you work and where you hang out. And so same thing, we're going to open up these amazing doors to this view every morning. It was actually really tough at the design phase to work out where to put, like, you know, we've got that view and you want every room to have a slice of it. So how do you allocate that? At the end of the day, we started with the rotors here, so the garage goes there. We want the lounge and master to have priority, and all of a sudden the rest came together. Let me show you the wardrobe. The wardrobe or Nicole's wardrobe. I'm sure I'll get a space or two to hang a few hoodies. And yes, this is a giant metal bird. Hazzy down in Queenstown welded it together for us. And the story behind that is on day one of coming to look at the land, Nicole and I were looking for a sign, like a positive omen that we were on the right track. And out of nowhere, this little fantail just kept fluttering around our feet. Each time we came back to work out if we wanted to buy it, the fantail would pop up. So Hazzy has welded this up for us, and it's going to go down there where that timber bird is right now. Come through the wardrobe into this huge ensuite. It's about 5 meters long and about 2.4 meters wide. A lot of real estate's been taken up on this bad boy, but we both believe in like your ensuite feeling like a luxury hotel. The cast iron bath will end up outside for hot colds, but can you imagine sitting in here, bubble bath, glass of wine, just letting your memories, letting the day melt away. What a view. Double showers here. We're going to have a loo with a view here, and then huge big double vanity here. Towel rail and bits and pieces there, and then we're going to come back out. Into the laundry. And I don't know if you know, but 4 boys and a builder make a lot, and I mean a lot of laundry. So we prioritize a lot of space for this as well. We're going to have 2 washing machines and a dryer, a big bench. But the best bit is this is going to be a fully enclosed room that has its own ventilation, and this whole wall will be pull out hanging, think Owakuni ski chalet. So you get the washing out and you put it straight there. And then the kids can come and sort their own washing out and get it to their rooms. On that note, let's go up here. We're now in the kids' rumpus. And so TV on that wall, big couch along here, and just think piled full of kids watching a movie and having the time of their life, their own escape. Because I don't know, we, as much as we love our kids, we don't love all that YouTube cartoon stuff they watch. And I don't know if you've heard it in the background. I think the latest one is Brain Rot, Ting Ting Sahur or whatever. I don't know. And then Minecraft videos. Man, who would make YouTube videos like that? Who would watch YouTube anyway? Through to the kids' bathroom. They've got shower, loo, bath, vanity, everything you need, nothing more. And then we've got the kids' bedrooms. We've got 4 rooms, the exact same size, the exact same windows, so there's no fights. Bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, bedroom 4. We pretty much know who's going where, but we're going to leave it as a grand reveal. But the best bit for the kids is the overflow loo, the second loo on the kids level for those morning traffic jams. Heaps of storage. We've got 2 sets of double cupboards up here. And then we step into the garage. And here, this will be the family garage. We've got all of the electrical stuff on the back wall. We'll have like bikes, scooters, you know, all those fun things. And room for the family car. And then through here, through a locked door, will be the Josh and Nicole fast car. the Sunday drive. We'll get locked away in here, away from any little hands or any little bike handles that might dent it. And we'll probably have a workshop bench along here. Who knows, we might make more videos here. Right now, this is the boys' posse. They've got their smoko table here, all of our hardware, all the things we need to build a house. So that's pretty much it. That is the grand tour. Oh, I forgot to show you the best bit. Come over here. Last year I got myself a little present, my very first digger. Basically I worked out, I was hiring a digger about 20 to 30 times a year for various jobs, and Hyundai had a mean ass deal, and it turns out that the amount of money I was spending on hiring, I'll be able to pay this bad boy off in 5 years. And so Big Josh has just made little Josh's dreams come true. Love this thing. So if you're still watching at this point, thank you so much for following along, not just in this one video, but the journey. 2 years and 5 months. I think we worked out it's about 880 days. It's such a long time. And I suppose that brings us into today's Smoko Squad, is the middle. The middle is the hardest bit. You know, the start's super exciting, and you kind of like got all this energy and excitement, and you rip into it. And then slowly but surely, that initial energy wears off, and that just becomes work. It just becomes hard work. And this is the same of running a marathon. This is probably the same as, like, I'm sure, raising kids or doing anything huge in your life. I'm sure even relationships reach this patch where it's just a bit of like one foot after the other. But that's the key. In the middle, you've got to keep showing up, because that end line is still so far away. Honestly, we're probably like at least 6 months from finishing, if not more, including all the landscaping and all the other crazy dreams that Nicole puts in front of me. And sometimes it's so hard to just turn up and do a day's job, trusting that this day plus this day plus this day will keep coming together. So I suppose that's me, and that leads us to this week's question to win a hoodie. Comment below, how do you motivate yourself? What's the hardest thing you've done, and how do you motivate yourself to put one foot after the other? Again, thanks for watching. Click subscribe. Let us know what you think of our one take wonder.